In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about congruent triangles. Now, congruent triangles are identical in shape and all corresponding measurements are equal. So basically, if you put two congruent triangles right next to each other, you cannot notice any difference since they are identical. As you can see in such case, triangle A on the left side is congruent to triangle B on the right side. One thing that you can notice straight ahead is that they have equal measurements of all three sides. So the first side is equal to the first one, and same for the other sides right here. They are also equal, and same for the third side. Another thing that you can notice is the interior angles. Here we have these two angles corresponding to each other, also equal. Same for angle Y, and also for the final angle in both triangles, angle Z. When the triangles are in different orientations, you need to think carefully about the corresponding sides and angles. Now, what we mean by this is that they are not placed in the same exact position as you can see right here. Triangles A and B in such case are the same triangles above, but we have inverted the other triangle. And so, at first they might not seem congruent just because they have different orientations, but if you take a closer look at the sides and at the interior angles within the triangles, you can notice that they are actually congruent, since we have the sides equal to each other as you can see, and same for the interior angles, but one is inverted and is placed in a different orientation. And so in such case, we need to take note that we should always keep in mind that we have to think about corresponding elements. Now, two triangles are congruent if they meet one of the following four sets of conditions. So, let's talk about these sets of conditions and how we can test if these triangles are actually congruent. Well, to start off with the first one, it is SSS, which stands for side, side, side. If all three sides in both triangles are equal, then both triangles are congruent, and that is the first test. Now, moving on to another one, SAS, which stands for side, angle, side. If we have an angle equal to another, and the sides going out of this angle are equal, then they're congruent. And same for ASA, but it is angle, side, angle. Again, you have two angles on two edges of the same side equal. And finally, RHS, where there must be a right angle, hypotenuse in both triangles equal, and a third side equal. Now these are the four tests for congruent triangles that you can either use any of those just to prove that two triangles are congruent. So that would be all as an introduction for congruent triangles, and we will be solving exercises in the coming tutorials.